So we're recording this a week earlier. So this is kind of like this is the worst part, right? Where you get to all the people that are really, really upset with what they bought, don't want to pay for it. You have to threaten them with all kinds of stuff. Some people just don't pay. You try to run their credit card, it's declined. Yeah. So we were just literally before I came here.
What do you do then? The person that sold it, do you own it then?
We always take so far, and I mean, I'm scared to even say this out loud because thankfully we're pretty blessed, and most people, like, of course, we're out money, but like it hasn't been like a $150,000 tractor yet that somebody hasn't paid for. So far we always just pay people, and it's funny. Even this auction, we had some equipment that somebody snuck in, and they knew it was hooched, right? Now, this particular piece, and this is the humor of it, and this is not just our auction, this is Richie, this is any auction company.
Like someone said it was a good piece of equipment running.
They said nothing.
Okay.
Right? So on our terms and conditions sheet, when they consign something, it literally says, if you are not disclosing something, you'll be refunding the repair cost, or we'll adjust the price to give us a bit of protection. Well, of course, they just say, oh, I didn't know. I didn't know. So now this item sells for, this particular tractor, let's say sold for $20,000. The person comes to pick it up. Hey, this thing, the PTO doesn't work. Like the 4-wheel drive doesn't work. Like this is a $5,000-$6,000 repair bill. So we cut the guy a check for some of the money and tried to make it right on the buying end. And then we go to the seller, and I mean, of course we're in the driver's seat, but it's always a relationship, right? Mm-hmm. And so it's like, hey, how do you keep peace with the customer while being reasonable? But this particular tractor that we dealt with today, we ate a bit of money on it, but basically that item this is the third time this thing's been in our sale, and every single time it's been a problem. So at that point you're looking at the guys that run the auction company and think, what are you doing, right? So it's always this thing of like,
would you go to that customer and say you can't sell in our auction anymore? Or?
We ban people. If you do not pay, you get banned.
Okay.
And there's good people that get banned because they just don't pay and pick up their crap. And it's like, and you could probably redeem yourself if you pay the interest and come back and make it right. I mean, there's forgiveness, but it's like, no, we do not need the headaches, right? So this auction, there was 1,400 people bidding. There was 560 different buyers. There was almost 1,600 lots. And, we have a 10-day window to move 1,500 and 1,600 lots.
Did everything get a bid, by the way?
There's about 5 things that didn't get a bid. One guy picked them up. It was pretty cute. He picked up all his owner's manuals from his 1980 Datsun cars and this stuff. Just, to the right person, probably worth something.
Yeah.
But, the starting bid's $10. And there was quite a few things. Like today, we also signed checks for all the consigners that sold stuff. And there's a handful of items that, like it's pretty sad. Like if you consign, we have a $25 lot fee. And we have a $250 lot fee on anything with registration because it causes so many problems and it's so much of a headache.
Yeah.
Putting stuff with vehicles, trailers in. So some people got a bill sent to them. I mean, they don't have to pay the bill, but, they consigned stuff and didn't get a check, which is not great. So, but it's really weird. Some stuff sold way too high. It's an auction. So,
it happens.
There's good deals. And it's funny, today we were bidding on another auction. While we were signing checks for auction, we were bidding on another auction. We're like, oh, this stuff would have sold better in our auction. So it's hit and miss. But the auction in general, I don't know what your opinion was, that you worked there a couple of days, but the relationship piece we love, right? It's pretty interesting.
Meet a lot of new people,
Meet a lot of new people. So.
Hey guys, if you enjoyed that episode and were blessed by it, would you be willing to support the show? That would help a lot in creating more content, improving the quality of the content, bringing the production value, getting more guests on, and me being able to spend more time and energy towards it. So if you're interested in doing that, you can click up here and it'll take you to a support page. But you can also subscribe to the podcast by clicking over here and doing that. Thanks again for listening, and I'll catch you on the next one.